Meet Wickket. I intend her to be a borrowable farm character for people that are low level or that only play a rogue or whatever. People that don't have their own farm character, so that our members can farm plat or quest items or some item that you want for your character. So far, she's a level 22 necromancer. Let's do a quick tour um, of this class and one camp that I've been doing for EXP and plat. First of all, on a necromancer, you're going to need to make sure you have your pet summoned. The highest level pet is usually going to be on the first page or so of the spellbook. She'll summon a skeleton. You can use bone chips in the inventory to do this. So skeleton is up, and we're going to get her shielding buff up, which is also usually, most people keep that on the first page of the spellbook as well. It gives you a little bit of extra HP and armor and magic resistance. Thirdly, she can use Allure of Death, which is a type of lich spell that gradually converts hit points into mana. Now that she's all buffed up, I'm going to go through her spell loadout right now. She's got Siphon Life memorized in slot 1. That's her best life tap. Takes a little HP from the enemy and gives it to you. Then she's got her 4 best dots right now. Leech, which is a life tap over time. It's dot, that damage over time spell that gives you HP back. Engulfing Darkness is a snare as well as a dot. Heat Blood is just a stronger dot. And Heart Flutter is a dot with a physical stat debuff component. I think it reduces agility and AC, which makes them take more damage and easier to hit them and so on. Maybe strength reduction too, I forget. Feign Death is key on a necromancer. It makes you pretend to be dead, which you can do in an emergency so you don't actually die. Note that you have to have auto attack off when you finish the spell or else it won't work. You should also have Harm Shield memorized, but I haven't gotten it for her yet. But that's 18 seconds of invulnerability. Very cool spell. Anyway, we're in the Paineel Bank, and we're going to go out around this building to the left, and then through this teleport. From there, there's a merchant right here, Torin Roltaire. From there, you could take a 180 degrees turn around to the right and enter Dark Glow Palace. And this is where the camp is that we'll be doing. On the right side, we've got these 2 low-level skeletons. There's a bunch of higher-level skeletons out here in the middle, and then on the left side, 2 more lower-level skeletons. Now, they can't see each other, so if you fight them right where they are, then you'll only have to fight one. So there are 2 ways to fight on a necromancer, well, aside from fear kiting, but that's not an option here because there's a bunch of higher-level mobs that will clobber us. So in close quarters, there's 2 ways to fight. One is pet tanking, and one is tap tanking. With pet tanking, the pet will take all the damage. With tap tanking, Wickket here will take the damage. She will stand right next to the enemy and attack it. So now that the pet's tanking, I'm going to use Heat Blood and Heart Flutter to do some damage over time and reduce this mob's physical capabilities. Basically to help the pet win. 2 dots should be sufficient. I think if you do 3, it might be less efficient because the mob dies before the dots do all of their damage. Once again, dot stands for damage over time if you weren't familiar with that. So this camp is pretty good because these skeletons are alone. I mean, if you don't drag the skeleton out here so his friend can see, then you get to fight it alone. And each skeleton drops a sword and a shield that together sell for about 7 platinum. And furthermore, when you kill them, you don't lose faction with this city, so you remain non-KOS. It's actually kind of dumb, really. So now that we've pet tanked one, my pet is quite damaged, past 50%. So I'm going to tap tank the next one. So Wickket here will tank it herself. So I'm going to get Vampiric Embrace up, which will give her a small life tap proc. It's not really good, but if I'll be in melee range anyway, I might as well. I'll use Heat Blood for a lot of damage. guy will hit me. I'll start attacking, and then we're also going to put Heart Flutter on it again to do some damage and reduce its AC, strength, and agility. I think that's what it does. Hey, look at that! 34 extra damage and HP from the Vampiric Embrace proc. Helpful. There is a necro build based on that called the Bone Knight, which you can look up on the forums, but I'm not really talking about that right now. I have no idea how viable it actually is. My goal here is just to show people that haven't played a necromancer how to use this necromancer to farm themselves platinum and items. Ooh, I almost forgot. We have to snare, or else they will run. Oh my gosh, that was a close one. He almost got to guard Potrin over there. So each one drops a shield and a sword that are pretty good money, at least for these levels. I'm going to make sure they go into my weight reduction bags. Alright, cleared the two on the left side. We're going to clear the two on the right side. This camp is called the Palace Lows, or Palace Low-Level Mobs. Since I have Vampiric Embrace already memmed, I'm going to go ahead and tap tank this one. I'm going to start casting Leech, which is a damage over time that also gives us HP. And I'm auto-attacking to take advantage of her Vampiric Embrace proc. Also going to do Heat Blood, but we should not need the Snare Engulfing Darkness because this guard over here is close enough that this guy will not flee. You can also use Siphon Life, her life tap, for a little burst of hit points. Felt like that was kind of necessary. But the less you tap, the better, because it's actually less efficient. It's more efficient to cast fewer spells. So you try to cast the minimum number of spells per encounter. At least that's my understanding of it all. Nice, extra life tap proc, gotta love it. Yeah, this will be good. So we can pet tank the next one. He's almost fully healed up from his last fight. So there you have it. Gotta make sure you have your pet ready, buff yourself, send pet, use some DOTs. So let me go Leech to recover some of this lost HP. I'll snare it so it doesn't run away. And I'll also put Heat Blood on it for more damage. If you really want to, you can wait until the mob attacks and then jump in and hit it one time and then sit some more. I find this quite fiddly, but sometimes cool. Oh wow, he had enough of that. Oh, we're boned. We got an ad, so I have to feign death. That mob will destroy our skeleton pretty easily. And furthermore, I can't stand up because my DOTs, my damage over time spell, is still hitting Lelufa here, so I have to wait until these guys are separated. I think I will kill him after Guard Potrin goes home, though. Here we go. Darkness wore off. I better re-snare it. The last thing I wanted to say here is two things. She has a couple of tools. Number one, the Words of Darkness, so you can have a free Lich spell without having to actually cast it. That takes 5 HP per tick and gives you +4 mana per tick. She's got a Stein of Ulissa, which she can use to unsummon her pet to get the mana back. And she's got a Circlet of Shadows in her bag here, which you can use to invis herself for free. Now, you can't do that with a pet up because it'll make your pet disappear. It could come in handy for her, so I got her one. And that's pretty much the tutorial. And let me show you where the merchant is. Leaving the palace here. You just take a left past the teleporter, and Torin Roltaire here can buy and sell items. It's nice to sit and do so you can regen HP and mana a little bit faster. So here we go. I made about 1,000 platinum from level 21 to dinging to 22. So I think that's pretty good. I don't know if there's a lot of other ways to make that much plat on a level 21 character. Make sure not to sell her Circlet of Shadows or any of her other cool gear. And yeah, make sure if you die on Wickket, you let somebody know and get her rezzed. It's not good to lose EXP on a shared character like that.